Okay, I kind of want to just do a video wrapping up the end of the year since the 31st today at the time of filming this video, and I'll probably release it later today. But anyway, I like to do a video just wrapping up the year, just talking about the channel, stuff with me in general, things that I've gotten over the year that have been pretty cool, and just talk about the year in general and just things I want to change. I'm gonna try to keep this video as short as I can, but there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, so it might end up being a pretty long video. I'm gonna try to keep it as short as possible, but without further ado, let's get into it here. Um, so yeah, this year has been pretty good for me in general. Just like the amount of stuff I've been able to do when it comes to like conventions and stuff like that. Just the amount of people I've met, and maybe throughout this video, if it's not too long, I might edit in some of the pictures with some of the celebrities I've gotten to meet and actors, voice actors, whatever that I've gotten to meet over this past year. If I don't drag it on for too long. Um, but overall, it was a pretty good year for me in general, and I really had a pretty good year. Just really enjoyed myself, pretty much. Got to play a lot of new cool games, like Super Mario RPG was pretty cool. Um, Mario Wonder was really cool. Um, just a pretty good year all around, I'll say. And which is all fine and dandy, and I hope you guys had a good year as well, and a good holiday and a good Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate. And this is where I got the shirt from. I got it for Christmas from my parents. So yeah, I had a pretty good holiday and it's pretty good all around year. Now as the channel is concerned, which is the main focus of this video, this year hasn't been super good for the channel in terms of growth. And by that I mean I haven't seen any growth. I've seen more decline than anything. And I don't want to make this whole video like a pity party thing because that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm just being honest and upfront with you guys when it comes to how my channel performed this year and what I want to do with it going forward. And one thing I want to do is obviously start uploading more content. Like, duh, that's like content creation 101. Like, I need to do more content creation. And if I want my channel to be successful, I have to do the legwork to to make it be successful. But the problem is, and the problem that I'm having getting past is just all of this in general, just the way my setup is. And I don't really like this setup. It's not ideal for filming things. Videos like this, for instance, or just anything in general, just filming anything, streaming anything in general, it's not ideal. It's not an ideal setup. And there's really nothing I can do to make it better or make it more pleasing for people to look at or even me to look at. Like, I don't like the way this looks either. Like, it's not, I don't like the way that things look and that you guys have to deal with all of this every video I make. I mean, I could blur the video like I do, but I think that's more distracting than anything, honestly, because it's not like a proper green screen effect or blurring effect. It's just like I don't want to say AI generated, but it might be like AI. I don't know how Chroma Cam works, the program, but I mean, it is what it is. But like, I don't like that my videos look the way they do. And the fact of the matter is, there's nothing I can really do to change that. And we can do to change that. My wife and I, like, we're kind of stuck in this situation here with this setup because there's really nowhere else in the house I can have a setup all to myself unless we modified the stairs with like some kind of lift to get my wheelchair upstairs. And we've been talking about it throughout the entire year about how we could possibly do it. Well, at least my wife has been looking into it, unbeknownst to me. I didn't know she was still actively looking into it. I haven't because I know it's expensive and insurance doesn't cover it. I don't get government assistance anymore because of the total household income is like above what qualifies me to get income. Because my older brother still lives here. He gets the governmental assistance like SSI, disability, whatever you want to call it. But I don't because it's going off the total household income. So his stuff plus my wife's income with her job is more than what's allotted for a household for me to get governmental assistance like through SSI or disability, whatever you want to call it. So the avenue that we were going to do is to get one of the waiver things you can get. There's these things called waivers that you can get. From what we've looked into, we haven't looked into it a lot, but there's these things that they do that they can give you like kind of a grant type thing. It seems like I said, I'm not really familiar with it, but it seems that way from what my wife has told me. I don't know if what she was looking into was the proper things to look into, but basically, if I was getting like disability or SSI, I would be eligible to like have one of those things, and maybe it would cover something like that. From what she told me, I didn't look into it because I don't think it really matters since I don't get SSI anymore, so it doesn't matter. Um, so she was looking into that, saying that maybe we could in turn get it for my brother, but I'm like, no, because they would come evaluate him and see that he doesn't need a lift. I mean, yes, could he use like one of the chairlift things where you sit there and you just ride up basically a seat? I mean, yeah, it would make it easier for him to like go up and down the stairs, but he doesn't really come upstairs that often, if ever. Only to like ask me questions. That's it. But like, I don't see him coming up here, like sitting up here watching TV or up here, because he has to be close to the TV to watch things because he's blind. So, like, in order for him to see as well as he can see, which isn't super well, but good enough to where he can actually watch TV. Um, that's why he's down there, and he's got his own little setup down there. Um, and that's kind of why we did this setup up here. So my wife and I had privacy, and I had my own setup for YouTube and stuff like that. But the problem with this setup is that there's not a whole ton of room to do a lot of stuff like streaming and like having multiple things set up and systems set up and like multiple monitors to have like a good setup for me and like a green screen and like sound dampening equipment to help with the echo sound that you guys may hear during videos, because it's still very echoey up here because there's not a whole lot of stuff up here to like for the sound like bounce off of or however the frig sound works. I'm not a sound engineer. Basically, it's very echoey up here still, and it's not ideal for like streaming or recording videos like this. So my wife and I have been toiling with the idea of getting the stairs modified with a lift, but the problem is, and this is one of my goals for the year, for the next year, is to figure out a way to get this done. And by doing this video, I'm hoping someone out there knows a place that might help us do it, or if if we can't find a place to do it, maybe do a GoFundMe to fund that specific thing. Yes, I realize we already did a GoFundMe. That's why that's gonna be like my last resort if we can't find a way to do it. Because guys, I'm sick of having this temporary setup when it's not ideal, and people keep like suggesting to me to like get better at editing and thumbnailing and just have a better setup. Like, why don't I have a green screen or anything like that? I don't get too many comments like that anymore because I think people realize that I really can't do much about it. But it's hurting the overall aesthetic of my channel and just my willingness to do it. Like I said, my channel has seen like negative growth. Like, I've lost throughout the entire year, I've lost like over 3,000 subs. I've lost subs, not gained subs over the year. I've lost subs. And I'm about to lose my monetization, which isn't a huge deal, but like that was like one of my goals for the channel for like the longest time to get remonetized after I lost it the first time, which thanks to Dylan Anderson video from like a year ago or almost 2 years ago now, well, about a year and a half ago, I guess. Thanks to him and his audience, his short form content audience, because it was a short video, and them checking out my channel, I was able to get remonetized because I reached the threshold of 4,000 watch time hours. Now, hindsight being 2020, I wish I would have just waited it out. Like I thought about doing that because I was like, should I wait a couple months before I do it to make sure that my channel really will keep up with good numbers? And spoiler alert, it didn't. But I was like, no, I'll strike while the iron's hot because I wanted to make as little bit of money as I could because there was stuff at the time I wanted to buy, which thank God I actually made enough money through like super chats and stuff because there's a lot of crap I bought that I wouldn't have been able to buy without your guys' support through watching my streams and my content and supporting me on memberships and stuff like that because I bought a ton of 4K DVDs and like the X-Files complete series on Blu-ray. I got that. Like there's a bunch of stupid stuff I bought that I've always wanted in my collection, but thanks to you guys for watching my content throughout those couple months and supporting my streams by super chatting and stuff like that, I was able to pay out the YouTube money, Google AdSense money. I'm just gonna call it that what it is. It's Google AdSense. I was able to pay out that and get stuff, and I was able to pay out that and also get that giant collector's edition of MK1 you guys see right up on top of that closet up there. If you see that long white box, that's what that is. That's the MK1 collector's edition. It was because of you guys watching my videos that I was able to do that. So that always made me feel really good, like from like a mental standpoint and like emotional standpoint. Like I felt good that I was actually able to like buy things with my own money and not have to ask my parents for money or my wife if we had money for me to buy something or whatever. It was my money. I could do with it what I wanted. And realistically, like if I was making like good, decent money, I would have put it in towards like bills and stuff and buying new things for my current wheelchair that I'm in right now because this thing does need some repair work. Like I need to get a new joystick for it. I need to get a new new armrest made for it. I need a new seat. I want to get this same exact seat, but no joke, this seat is like freaking $300-$400 for this seat for just a freaking wheelchair seat cushion. It's stupid, but this seat is really comfortable. Well, it was at one time. It's not super comfortable now because it's kind of all sunken in since over the years I've sat in it like hours upon hours a day, and I've had this chair for like probably as long as I've been doing this channel. maybe like a year or two newer than that. So probably like 13 years old. It's a very old chair, but I love this chair. This chair is my favorite chair I've ever had. My entire life I've been driving wheelchairs. I started driving electric wheelchairs when I was in kindergarten, and this is by far my favorite chair that I've ever had. It's the perfect amount of like fastness, and it's not too fast, and it's not too slow. It's perfect, especially when I was able to take it out places. Like when we had the wheelchair van, we don't have that anymore. So I have a foldable power chair that folds up really small and fits into pretty much any trunk. So we don't need a wheelchair van anymore. Spoiler alert: the wheelchair van broke down. Blah 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 blah. If you want to get more info on what happened with that, go watch Wavy Webster's video. He does a really good job of going over everything that the GoFundMe was eventually used for, how it helped me and the family out. It's a really good video. I implore you guys, please check it out. I'll leave a link below in the description, and I'll even put it in a pinned comment and at the end of this video in the recommended video you guys can watch after. So there will be multiple ways for you guys to see this video. So please go check it out because it is a very good video and it really sums up what the GoFundMe did for me and my family. But anyway, but like I said, if I was making like, let's say, what's a livable wage a month? We'll say like if I was doing like, I don't know, like $600 a month. We'll say that. If I was doing stuff like that a month on YouTube through like AdSense and stuff, then I would have been like putting it into more important stuff, like equipment for YouTube or upgrading my chair, or hell, even like saving up to get like a new chair or something like that. I don't know. I don't really want to do that, but like it wouldn't hurt because this chair's pretty old. Because it also needs like new tires too. We've had it inspected. They said if I ever like got a wheelchair van and took this thing out and about, that I would desperately need new wheels because there's basically no tread on these wheels. So I desperately would need new wheels if I ever did get like a wheelchair van, which I don't really want to because there's really no point because the foldable wheelchair is good enough. It's not perfect. It's not my favorite thing to drive, but it's way easier for conventions and stuff like that because we've been doing a ton of conventions, which, you know what, screw it. If this video goes over a certain amount, I'm still going to edit it and put these pictures in sporadically throughout the video because I think um, just you guys seeing my joviality will bring home why I'm doing this video. It's because overall I had a good year, but I really need to work on things with this channel. And that's the point of this freaking video, is to give myself that kick in the ass so you guys can be like, yeah, you need to work on this, and this. But we do think it's a good idea for you to do like a GoFundMe if you really think getting your stairs modified would help. If you guys were on or will be on board with this idea. Like I said, it's not overnight, it's not going to make a huge difference in like the quality of how I do videos and stuff. Like you guys are going to have to give me a little bit of learning curve to like actually get better at doing things. And if I lose monetization next year, oh well, that'll just give me another goal to work towards, is to get remonetized again. Because I want this to be my job. I hate saying that because people always like shit on people that do this for a living. But what those people don't realize is that the people that do this for a living, they put a lot of pressure on themselves, probably that we aren't aware of. That because you got to think, if they don't make enough money or their videos don't perform as well, they'll have to get a actual 9 to 5 job. but they push themselves and push themselves and push themselves to make good quality content. That's where I need to be at. With where my sub count is, people probably think my channel's better than it actually is. Because I have like over 70,000 subs. But people realize that I'm not that good at doing videos. So they're like, oh, never mind. This guy kind of doesn't do very good videos. Why is he so big? It's because of Dylan Anderson. That's why. A lot of people sub to me probably thinking that, I don't know, that I did short form content. I have no idea. But I think that's why the hype on it died down so quick. Like it was only a couple months after I got remonetized that it started to really die down. And I think it was because it came from a short video and his audience is mainly looking for short form content. And that's not what I do. I don't like YouTube shorts. I think it's a really dumbass idea. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not throwing shade. If that's what you like and that's the kind of content you like, that's not really what I want to do with my channel. Because what short form content would I actually be good at? I don't know. Probably nothing. Like nothing interesting that would net me a decent following. Like what would I do videos on that would be interesting for people that I would actually want to do videos on and not like cringe videos and not just like reacting to shit and stuff like that. I don't want to be a react channel. That's freaking stupid. Like people that do react channels, like more power to you, but like that's not really a sustainable like way to do YouTube, I don't think. I mean it is for now, but like will it be like 5 years from now? Probably not. Um but that's just me. Like I said, if short form content's your thing, more power to you. If it's not, I'm gonna get better at doing content. That's my goal. That's my goal is for 2024. Be more consistent with content. Get better at making thumbnails. If someone wants to like be my thumbnail maker or teach me how to make good thumbnails or help me make good thumbnails and teach me the ropes on how to make good eye-catching stuff and like editing stuff as well with videos and making decent edits and like I guess scripting. If you guys want to help, if someone out there wants to help with that, let me know because I'm not. When people always come to me and say like you should do better edits and thumbnails, well, like what? I don't know. I'm not like a film director. I don't know what the hell I'm doing when I'm editing stuff. I'm just being honest with you guys. Like I don't know this side of the YouTube space. And I know it sounds stupid that I'm not really used to that because I've been doing it for like 15 years at this point. But you guys gotta remember, when I did this channel back in '09, YouTube monetization wasn't even a thing, and that was the furthest freaking thing from my mind making a living possibly doing YouTube. When monetization was first announced, everyone and their mother got in, including me. And when I made that first $100, that's the minimum amount, by the way. I was like, okay, if I could do this, but on a bigger scale, then yeah, this could be my job. But I didn't realize at the time what kind of stuff I would need to do physically to like make that a reality. Because the reality is, guys, there's only so much I can do with my physical limitations with cerebral palsy. It limits what I can do with my channel. And my mom and dad always put it best. So, like, I think people are expecting way too much from you because you really can't do things with your setup and things like that and fix things and upgrade things with your computers and stuff like that yourself. You have to have someone do that for you. And I'm like, yeah, but there's also things I could work on, like editing and thumbnail and that kind of stuff I can work on and get better at doing more concise, properly thought out videos. That kind of stuff I can fix and get better at. But there's other things that will not change unless I can get a better setup, like getting a setup upstairs that has more room for just this kind of stuff, to where I don't have an area where I film stuff and like where I sleep and where my TV is and all this other stuff that takes up room because it's a living room. I sleep here. I literally, next to this computer that's right over here, is where we sleep. My wife is currently sleeping right now. Like, that's why I'm kind of being semi quiet so I don't wake her up because she has work in the morning. But that being said, I don't think people really realize that I can't really do all that myself. And even with my wife's assistance, there's only so much we can do with what we have available to us. And I'm not trying to like do woe is me stuff, but I'm just being honest with you guys. Like, I'm trying my best. Well, okay, this past year I've honestly been slacking because I just don't know what to do to make it any better. But what I've relegated myself to, and what I keep telling myself for 2024, I'm just gonna start doing videos. If there's a topic I want to talk about, whether it be a movie, a TV show, uh, um, like a video game, news, anything that I want to talk about that you guys might be interested in, or just something I want to talk about in general, just to get my 2 cents out there with it, whatever the topic is. Besides political, that I'm not touching anything freaking political with a 10-foot pole because I'm not stupid. But like, because I know how toxic that shit can get. But anything else, I'm just gonna start posting videos. And if it doesn't do well, whatever. I'm not gonna let it get to me like I used to. But I need, because the more content I produce, the more I get myself out there. As long as I don't oversaturate my channel with just like a bunch of stupid fluff content, which I'm gonna try not to, then I think my channel may start to succeed. But there's also things that I need to work on behind the scenes to make things more presentable for you guys. And I promise you, I will work on what I can when it comes to editing and thumbnailing. I'm not going to go out and spend like a bunch of money on like editing software. I'm just going to use what I have, the better use the tools that I have, like with DaVinci Video. That's what I use because it's free. It has a lot of good tools with it, but I don't want to spend like a few $100s on like any kind of editing software if my channel's not gonna like do super well. I'm just gonna be frank with you guys about it. Like, I know people have money to like dump into their channels and stuff because they have actual jobs. I don't. And the money we do have goes towards bills and stuff like that. More important stuff than my YouTube career. Because it's not, at the end of the day, this isn't like number one importance to me. What's important to me is my wife and I living our lives to the best that we can and to the best of our means financially, not like frilly throwing away our money, which honestly we do kind of have to work on that too. We really kind of went nuts though with like going to a bunch of conventions. I even told my wife this earlier. I was like, we really have to work on like what, like how many conventions we do a year, because we shouldn't be spending like our entire paycheck for like an entire month just so we can do a con. That's stupid. We need to stop doing that as much. Now, if I had a job, if I find a job that I can do or something, and I can put some money aside or something like that, then yeah, I'll do more a year. But I'm gonna try to limit ourselves to like maybe 2 a year, 3 a year. Like, we're already thinking about doing one this coming week, or a weekend, I should say, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But we'd leave Thursday morning because of who's there, but I don't know if she's really set in stone yet. I don't know if I really want to do it yet. I have a little bit to decide, but like I don't really want to do it. But with who's there, I kind of want to do it because of the person that's there. I really want to go there, but like this early in the year to do a con, and it's not on like one of her pay periods because she just got paid this week, not this coming week that the con falls on. So it usually works out to where the cons fall on her pay week, so it's not that bad. But this week was kind of different, so it didn't work out that way. So it kind of sucks. She keeps telling me she's got it, but like I'm gonna talk to her about it later today. Um, I don't know why I'm mentioning this on video, but there's a lot of stuff to work on, basically, behind the scenes and just in general with YouTube. And like I said, if a GoFundMe has to be what we have to do to get this modification done to the house, then that's the way it has to be. Will it be successful? Will we get the money? All the money we need? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I said this earlier, if I didn't, if I forgot to. I'm gonna say it now. But when my wife was looking at places to get this done, the cost of it was around $25,000. And I was like, well, where the hell are we going to get $25,000? We don't have $25,000 anywhere. And she's like, well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. With you not getting SSI anymore and we can't do the waiver thing, and the thing I brought out with my brother wouldn't work out, we don't know how else to really do it. She's like, would you be willing to do a GoFundMe again? And I'm like, not really. Because I don't know how well received the internet would be like, oh, this guy needs help again. Why? Why does he need to modify his house? What I want to do is when my wife gets all her relatives crap that she has stored up in that room right now, what I want to do is like give you guys a little bit of a tour of the upstairs so you guys can kind of see why I want to be up there and like what I actually want to like turn those rooms into. Because that room you're seeing right there, when you go right up the stairs, that middle room, that's what we called it when I was a kid. That was my dad's old room. That room, I probably would just use as a guest room, to be honest. Because my thought process is here, and I'll just give you a little layout of my upstairs. Because I've lived here my entire life, so I know the entire upstairs. I'll do it as quick as I can. So you walk upstairs, that room is right there, the middle room. Down the hallway, that's the bathroom to the right. But next to the bathroom was my old room before the room was built downstairs years ago. That's the room I would sleep in when I was a kid. So my old room would be like my retro game storage room, like where I would have all my like TurboGrafx stuff, NES stuff, Genesis, Super Nintendo, N64, stuff like that. All my retro stuff, maybe my laser disc, stuff like that. All my retro stuff would be in that room. And if I wanted to like stream stuff from that, I could just go in that room and get it. But my my brother's old room, because both my older and younger brother had this room at one time. But that room would be my studio setup room. I thought about doing it in my old room, but that room's bigger. My brother's old room, it's bigger, so I'd have more room to like have stuff set up, like another monitor and like maybe speakers and like sound dampening equipment, stuff like that, like audio stuff. The mic I have is fine. I'm not gonna change anything like super drastic unless like shit starts going crazy and popping off. But like my plan is to have that room be my studio room where I film everything and stream everything, and having like some of my cool collector's editions displayed, some of my like cool stuff I have. Maybe like frame some of my posters that I have signed by people, stuff like that. Stuff that makes for a pleasing background. Maybe like some of my shelving for like some of the PS4, PS5, Switch stuff. Maybe some of my cooler retro game stuff that's like rare or hard to find that I have in my collection. Maybe stuff like that. Stuff that makes the background look aesthetically pleasing. Hell, display a lot of the statues I have. I have a ton of statues from my collector's editions that are still in the boxes that I don't display because I don't have any room to display them. Maybe do stuff like that. Display some of my, like the Liu Kang statue, the Goku statue I have, the I think it's either a dinosaur and Gohan statue for Kakarot PS4 collector's edition. Like, there's a ton of cool stuff I want to display and like show off. One of them being the recent um, store display for Mario Wonder. My friend got me for Christmas. No joke. It's a giant freaking like sandy store display from Walmart, and it's Mario Wonder, and it's dope as hell. I wish I had a place to put it. It's literally up in the hallway right now because I don't have anywhere to put it down here. I would love to have that like set up in the background. People would be like, "Oh, that's cool." That's the kind of stuff I want to do, but I can't because I can't get up there. And yes, yes, yes. I will mention the elephant in the room. Well, what about the foldable wheelchair? Couldn't your wife just carry you upstairs and put the wheelchair up there? Yes, but then the problem would be I would be stuck up there. So if my dog had to go outside or I wanted to get like a drink or whatever or a snack, I'd have to have like a mini fridge up there, take up room. Maybe that's what we could use the other room for, like a little like mess hall area thing. I don't know. But I don't want to do it that way because I want to have free reign of the house. I mean, honestly, I would love to have it done to both those those stairs and those stairs out in the kitchen to go down to the basement, so I can easily go downstairs without having to go outside, go around the house, and go through the side door that we have. So I don't want to keep doing that, especially during the freaking winter time. That's super annoying. That's why I would love to get it done to for both stairs. I mean, the I think the other set of stairs, the basement stairs, would be easier to do it to. I think, but that would cost more money, maybe like close to $50,000, if the estimate of 25K is right. I don't know for sure, but that would make if we did it to both. We don't really need it for both, but like it would be ideal for me to easily go down there and hang out with him, and instead of just having to like be down there and like and then have to have my wife help me open the front door and come back in the house. That's what I'm saying. Like it would give me more independence because I could do it I could go down there when she's asleep. I could go down there whenever I wanted. That's that's why I want to get this done. But the fact of the matter is, I don't know if anybody would want to support the GoFundMe, another GoFundMe again. And I'm not asking you guys to. That's not what this video is about, but I'm just saying that's one of the avenues we're thinking about doing because I don't know of another way to do it because we couldn't we can't really save up to do a big modification like that because it would take years to do it. If we would have started years ago, yeah, we could have probably saved up enough by now, but the room downstairs was good enough, and I didn't think my channel would be in this position to where I was monetized, and I'd have to take it more seriously and not be so casual, laissez-faire about it, which I need to stop doing. I need to be more proactive and just upload stuff for you guys. I need to stop being so I don't feel like doing the content because it doesn't do well for my channel. I need to just do stuff and whatever happens, happens. And as far as me doing stuff on a different channel, I don't really want to do a second channel. I've thought about that just because, I mean, this channel seems pretty dead in the water at this point. So maybe starting over would be a better plan. But I don't really want to do that. I mean, if I was going to do that, I would just rebrand my channel at that point, which I've also thought about doing. I made a community post about that like a couple months ago that I was thinking about it. But I haven't pulled the trigger yet because I don't know what I'd call myself. I mean, Handle Game Fan is what I've been for 14, 15 years. So, like, what else would I call myself? I mean, you guys know my name is Kevin. Maybe I could use my name in the in the YouTube channel name. I don't know, like Kevin's Media Room or Kevin's something. I don't know. Just something to throw out there. It's something I've thought about. I know people are gonna ask that in the comments, like, "What are you doing on the channel?" That's why I really don't want to because I've worked so hard on this channel, and to start a new channel with like a whole new like moniker would be kind of weird. People know me as Handle Game Fan, honestly. Well, some people do. Some people know who I am a little bit. Like basically, I'm basically to put it in a mildly crude way, I'm basically like a tiny fart in a quiet library that you hear, but no one calls attention to it. That's basically me in a nutshell. But I want that to change. I want to be like a better content creator for all you guys. Because, and this is where I'm going to end this video and say this. I feel like I owe you guys and the internet a huge debt of gratitude for the GoFundMe with the wheelchair man because of what that did for my family and myself. You got, I don't think you realize, I'm going to put this as cleanly and like non, like, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I'm just going to put it into words that I think will sum up how I feel about it and like what it actually means. And it's really hard to put it into words. But you guys literally gave me my life back and my independence back and my ability to go out places for that short time it was still like the van was still working. You guys gave me that lifeline back. You guys gave me my life back, and in turn, doing the GoFundMe also really unburdened my parents with a lot of stress in their life. You guys really helped my especially my dad. My dad is like the breadwinner of the family for my entire life. And you guys saved him from so much stress and just our family from so much stress that it's hard to put into words what you guys did for us. I think Wavy Webster did a really good job with that video, which is why I'm imploring you again twice in this video to please go check that out because it's a really important video that he did, and it's really important for everyone to know that yes, the internet can be a good place, and yes, there are really, really good people out there that will help people in their time of need. I never expected that to ever happen in my life, and I'm not expecting this to happen again with this GoFundMe. We may wind up doing. Now, if someone reaches out to me and was like, "Hey, I know a place to do it that will do it for free or whatever," then yeah, well, we might do that. I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know if this video is gonna go viral or not. Who knows with the internet? I have no idea. I'm not expecting it to. I'm not really wanting it to. I just want to get my thoughts out there about what my hopes and goals and dreams are for this coming year. My biggest goal is to work on this channel, get it to where I think it needs to be to make it be at least somewhat successful, not like crazy, like millions of views successful, not like Penguins or freaking like Mr. Beast, something like that. Just like moderately successful to where I can feel good about doing it every day. for like in perpetuity. I don't know. Whatever. I can just feel good about doing it again. And my other side goal is, like I said, to get the house fixed up with the modification to my stairs. Which that's kind of a very lofty goal, and that's going to be very hard for us to do. But I think with your guys' help, and maybe if you guys are on board with it, only if people are like okay with this. I want to get like the consensus from the internet first before I do this, because I don't want to get like immediately blasted by people like, oh, this guy's just trying to get money. No, I really do think I really need to get this done at some point down the road, because it would really help out with like my just my overall living, just like living my life. It would really help. I'm not just saying for YouTube in general, I'm just saying in general with me living independently while my wife's at work, it would really help out a lot. But to end this video, I'm going to shout out all my Patreon supporters that's been supporting me throughout this entire year and months. So let me pull up my list here, if I can. Give me 1 second. I'm going to shout out every single one of you guys on Patreon, because I really do appreciate all of you guys. So shout out to go to all my patrons. No credit score this time. But like I said, I probably will edit in some of the pictures we've gotten throughout this year. So I will still do editing, but not crazy amounts. But anyway, shout out to go to all my patrons. John McQuay, Team Dale, Elliot Scott, HSG fan, Artie Insane, Artistic Tomahawk, Preleab, William Swift, Griff17, AJ Gottawa, Oliver Frederick, Vic Gomez, Stephen E., Reaper7734, Lynn Ernhorn, Zev Mayer. I'm probably, if I butcher anybody's name, I apologize. Cloud Morgan, Marcus Malai, Brianna, Apex Predator, Nuclear Activan, Marian Buznicki, I probably butchered that. And the Pain Now Please, Rebecca H., The Evangelist, Just Good Enough, Freddie Ladd, Jorgen Koskovic, I probably butchered that, I apologize. Lutili Jerusalem, I probably butchered that, I apologize. Justin M. Daggins, Daniel Childs, Patrick Oliver, Harold Huckabee, and that's it. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. If you guys do want to support my Patreon, it's only $1 a month. That's all I ask. I know I don't do enough on here to warrant a Patreon, but thank you guys for always continuing to support the channel. For those who do and those who have in the past that I did not name, you guys really have helped keep the channel afloat, keep my collecting alive, keep this channel afloat, and just my willingness to want to keep on collecting things, reviewing things, doing videos on things, just having cool stuff in my collection. It's all because of you guys. So thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. I love all you guys. Please be safe out there during New Year's Eve and New Year's. Please be safe. I want you guys to come back happy, healthy, ready to start a new year with me. And if you guys think of any good ideas, any criticisms, anything you guys think I should change or get better at, please don't hold back. Leave them in the comments below, and I'll read all the comments. I always do. Just be honest with me, guys. Don't hold nothing back. I can take it. I can take criticism. Trust me. Just be honest with me. That's all I want. That's all I want. Just be honest. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Peace. I'll probably just follow the pictures here, because having them throughout the video is going to be a pain at this point. But I'll have all the pictures. It's some cool stuff. Anyway, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.